Guys, deluded. YouTube's N'Golo Kante, YouTube's Lucas Torreira, the two players that faced off today. But Chelsea 3, Arsenal 2, player ratings. Let's crack on. You've seen about two other vids, or again, like I said in my other vid, another one's uploading. I'm watching it upload, so if you see me go over there, I'm just looking at that. But player ratings. It's a weird one. It's a weird one because one part of me feels, yeah, we lost. Yeah, the tactics were off in my opinion. Yeah, some people played poorly. But I do feel if I sit here and saying he played 0 out of 10, he played this and that, it's misplaced anger to a degree for many reasons. But by the same logic, I am quite frustrated with the performance. I expected to lose, but I expect a certain performance, especially when certain individuals are coming out here and saying you'll see some character, you'll see this and that and the other, wearing number 14, a prestigious number at this club, and they're behaving like Theo Walcott. I love Aubameyang, but he needs to fix up. Lacazette, you came on. I love you, but you need to fix up losing the ball. So let's crack on with the player ratings, man, and let me keep my frustrations in check. I'm actually going to give Peter Cech, I didn't mean that pun, but I'm going to give Peter Cech a 10. Do you know why I'm going to give him a 10? Because it could have been a lot more peak on that game. It really could have been a lot more peak. I mean, do I necessarily think he deserves a 10? No, I probably think it's an 8 if I'm honest with you. But the two saves towards the end tipped it for me. He's probably the only player that can say I did nothing wrong today. Like, honest to God, he did nothing wrong. You can sit here and say Cech's kicking, and if I poke holes at it and force it, yeah, he's kicking in, and the distribution and then things again is off. But I feel he saved us from a lot of humiliations today. I felt, yeah, if I'm the manager or if I'm someone in a position of power, I think Cech's the only one that can leave that pitch with his head held high, sort of thing. Again, last time he played his former club, he didn't exactly cover himself in glory. He was accused of being an agent and them thing there. So good performance from Cech. I'm gonna give Bellerin a 5. Deteriorated towards the second half. Deteriorated. I don't think I said that name right, that word right. But anyways, his performance slipped. I actually think he did alright today, man. I was harsh on him against City. I think he did alright today. Again, at times he wasn't backed up. He wasn't helped out. He did get caught flat-footed a bit. I did think he could have closed down the cross. You do this thing where you get to the man, but you don't close down the cross. Obviously, Mkhitaryan went back with Alonso for the goal, but you engaged. But if I'm picking that holes at that, Mkhitaryan's the attacking player. He should be the one engaging. You should be the one following Alonso. He did very well. I actually think he did all right going forward today. He laid a couple on for Aubameyang on the plate. He didn't have his shooting boots on. You and Mkhitaryan combined did well for one of the goals. So I think Bellerin's got a 5 out of 10. As usual, you will just see Xhaka, Bellerin, Ozil names in lights. Two of them deserve it, but it is what it is. So I'm going to give him a 5. So that's Cech, Bellerin. The two centre-halves, I'll give him a 5, man. The defence, including the keeper, I have the least blame for, to be fair with you. I mean, Socrates and Mustafi they were shaky at times, and they both have their own bits of madness at times, of course. And are they probably the pairing we want? Of course not. But I feel, again, they can leave with some bit of pride in it. Not even pride, because we lost. But some sort of, I don't even know the word, people, but you know what I'm on about, innit? They could have left with something, innit? I think they both did all right. They were both scrappy at times, snapping at heels. Again, at times Socrates is clearing it without looking where he's clearing it to. Both are heading without conviction, but the application, the willingness was there. I can't really again, you could say Mustafi probably should have done better for the goal for Morata. If I'm harsh. The line is ridiculously high for the second goal for sure, but that's down to Unai Emery and how he wants to play. I'm sure he's a smart enough man to tell them to drop back. So, on one hand, these players should be a bit more street smart. I think Morata, Alonso, all of these players are faster than us. Let's give ourselves a couple yards. But if the manager's telling that to do, then that lies with the manager. So I give them both a 5. I give Monreal 5. Did well in this. Again, like Bellerin, standards dropped in the second half. Probably could have done better for one of the goals, but I cannot remember which one. Pardon me. Done well to nip the ball for what that. He nipped the ball in the initial period that led to a Wolby's goal, I believe. So. He did all right, man, and you can't really. I don't feel you can really get at Monreal. Obviously, the second goal came down his side, so we could. Again, I'm gonna watch the game again. You'll see more vids, but yeah, that's the back line. Mkhitaryan, I give him a 5. I want to give him a 6. I give him a 6. You know what? A goal and an assist, I give him a 6. For me, asleep for the first 20 minutes, losing the ball, just playing a pool, and the passes ain't happening, missing tap-ins, but. Between you and Ozil, you were both playing appalling. I saw one get a goal and an assist, and obviously, even though he dropped in the second half, and deserved to probably come off. He done alright, so I'd probably give Mkhitaryan a 6 to be fair, just for the goal and the assist. But it is masking the game. I don't feel he supported Bellerin enough, to be honest, bar trying to get back for the first goal. And I don't think he was good enough today. But it's great mentality to get a goal with his weaker foot after missing tap-ins, and obviously got an assist. And at that point, if it finished 2-0, 2-2, sorry, it might have been a different story, but I felt he could have done better. And him, and obviously I'm not naive enough to think him and Ozil will both be dropped, but question marks over both performances. Ozil, I love you. I can't make any excuses for you. 3 out of 10 for me, man. You weren't about today. Like, again, you dropped deep, you made angles, you did all the things you associate with Ozil, and it weren't one of the games because again, I attribute a lot of it to the tactics, because we weren't having fun in midfield. You weren't able to do what you want. But by that logic, you're 28 or what now? We can't be saying because our team never had the majority of the possession, Ozil can't do his things. He needs to have the logic to drop deep, and I wouldn't say put in a shift, because defensively I think he put in a shift. He just didn't do anything else like last week. Change your game. If that's David Silva or someone else, I do honestly believe they changed the way they're playing in that game and then go and do something. 3 out of 10. I can't back you, my guy. I love Mesut Ozil, but I can't back you. You get a 3. Xhaka 4. You played slightly better than Ozil, purely because I can't attribute none of the. I feel like people got OTT with Ozil, Xhaka a lot. He deserves it in some games, but people go over the top. I don't necessarily think he played appallingly. You and Guendouzi had a lot of running to do, had a lot of doggy work to do and things like that. But a couple of times you're just putting people under pressure. You got a yellow card, the second yellow card after having decent discipline last year. Yeah, if you stayed on the pitch, you might have got sent off, to be fair. And it's telling that even though Uno clearly rates you, he couldn't trust you in that incident, so you get a 4. I've already reviewed the centre half, so I don't know, I've written it again. I give Guendouzi a 6, man. Let's be honest, nobody deserves, probably check for me, nobody deserves a 7. That's, you have to have a near enough faultless game. He was good with the passes, he put a shift in, he rolled his socks up, he did what we want. It's pretty damn telling when a 19-year-old that's been playing in the second division in France looks more like he belongs on the stage and up for it than a lot of people. Obviously, because he's young and he wants to play and assert himself, you can attribute a lot to that. But some of these midfielders, by that logic, should be scared of their places. And again, like West Ham, Guendouzi, before we go to that game, which is next week, or is it Cardiff, I'm not sure. We go there, he's one of the first names, if not the first name on the team sheet. So a 6 for me, essentially, man. Much better than Mkhitaryan, but again, gets a 6. I'm trying not to do... I want to give him a 6.5. I don't feel it's quite a 7. It's a 6, people, but I'm leaning towards 6.5. Aubameyang, I'm just saying it better times than messing it up there. 3. Like last week, where were you? And it's concerning me because has he scored against anyone in the top 6? I was at the Spurs game last year at Wembley, so I'll make an excuse to say you scored because it weren't offside. But you're here, you was meant to put pressure on Lacazette and stuff, and every time Lacazette comes on the pitch, he looked in the last 2 games, 180 minutes or whatever, he's outshined you. I mean, you're looking like the most thing you're known for is your haircuts and your cars and things like that. I love Aubameyang, but he needs to show a bit more. We know his strengths aren't general play and things like that, but we need to see a lot more. 3 out of 10. I'll give Iwobi a 5. I think he played well. He deserved his goal. A lot of people will have question marks over his inclusion in the first place, but I feel Iwobi did alright, so I'll give him a 5. I'll give Lacazette a 4. I was going to give him a 5 because I felt he provided a spark that we needed, but he lost the ball that ultimately led for Chelsea's third goal. So he gets a 4. Torreira, I think Torreira gets a 5. He did alright for me. He put a foot in. He's still adjusting, and as much as I want him to start games, I can kind of see why he's on the bench, because he adapts quick, he reads the game and stuff, but you can tell a man's still adapting to how quick things are happening, to the ref decisions and all these sort of things in the game, innit? Ramsey gets a 5 as well. For me, probably, I was a bit underwhelmed with Ramsey. At the time when you came on, it's hard to do anything, but I did want to see you a bit more on the ball, innit? I just didn't see enough from Ramsey. I saw enough he was trying to make things happen, but I didn't see what I wanted to see from Ramsey, innit, people? So he gets a 5. I don't think I'm missing out any players, and if I am, it shows how insignificant they played today. So yeah, guys, that's my player ratings in regards to Chelsea winning 3-2 against Arsenal. I might say 3-1 at the beginning, but apologies, people. Yeah, deleted.